Kashi, or Varanasi, is widely considered the oldest living city on Earth. According to mythological texts, this entire urban sprawl doesn't actually sit on normal ground. It rests perfectly balanced on the tip of Lord Shiva's trident. That ancient mythology is wrapped in very visible physical wealth. In 1835, Maharaja Ranjit Singh donated a staggering 1,000 kilograms, a full metric ton, of pure gold just to plate the temple's iconic domes. But that wealth made it a target. The temple was brutally destroyed 3 separate times by expanding empires, with the most devastating blow coming from Aurangzeb in 1669. You can still see the physical history of this destruction today in the stark white domes of the Gyanvapi Mosque sitting directly adjacent to the modern temple structures. Even with the leveling of its walls, the site's influence never weakened. Kashi Vishwanath exists as a highly advanced, living blueprint, an arrangement of hidden doors and tantric geometries that survives even when the stone structures are removed. The site functions as a sacred mechanism. It is a place where physical architecture and unbroken daily rituals converge, designed specifically to bridge the mortal world with the divine. This topographical map reveals the first major anomaly. The Ganges River flows naturally toward the sea, but right at the exact coordinates of Varanasi, it abruptly curves north. In Hindu tradition, this unnatural reversal of the river's flow is a physical symbol of Shiva's presence, forming the city's first geographical boundary. The next boundary is mythological. Shani Dev, the god of justice and karma, traveled to Kashi to find Shiva, but was denied entry into the main complex for 7.5 years. Because of this, his temple was constructed entirely outside the main perimeter, where it remains today. Inside the city limits, there is a dedicated police chief, or kotwal. This is Kal Bhairav. His striking, orange-painted face and separate temple act as a mandatory spiritual checkpoint. Visiting the main temple is considered incomplete without first clearing his perimeter. Historical accounts suggest this guardian's perimeter was highly effective. When Aurangzeb's troops attempted to breach the Kal Bhairav temple to destroy it, a pack of feral dogs suddenly appeared from the streets, violently swarming and attacking the soldiers until they were forced to retreat. These outer rings show how the city protects its core. Kashi is defended not by stone walls, but by a precise combination of geography and mythology. Moving past the outer guardians and into the temple courtyards, the defense systems move underground. During Aurangzeb's invasion, the Gyanvapi Well served as a subterranean safe room, used by priests to hide and protect the original Swayambhu Linga from the invaders. Nearby is the Dhanvantari Well, which holds a chemical or mythological anomaly. Locals and pilgrims report the water here carries 8 distinct tastes, and consuming it continuously for 45 days is said to cure chronic illnesses. Then there is the Lolark Kund, or sun pool. Structurally, it shouldn't hold water. It receives absolutely zero rainwater and is completely cut off from surface runoff, yet the pool remains consistently filled. The ancient text known as the Skanda Purana offers an explanation for this. It claims the pool is fed directly from Patal Lok, the underworld. This dark, pressurized subterranean water rushes up into the basin to fuel highly specific fertility rituals tied to solar alignments. This physical sustenance connects directly to the nearby Annapurna temple. Once a year, during the Annakut ritual, a golden idol of the goddess is brought out for public viewing, a practice rooted in a promise to Lord Shiva that no resident of the city would ever go hungry. These courtyards function as engineered conduits, pulling healing and daily sustenance directly from the earth's steps. Inside the main sanctum itself, the mysteries deepen. There is a sealed, secret door that remains permanently closed. Local priests and historians suggest it covers a direct physical tunnel leading straight out to the Ganges River. Just steps away sits the Akhand Jyoti. This small, unbroken flame has been burning for centuries. It has survived heavy storms, structural destruction, and the passage of empires, defying both weather and simple scientific explanation. But all of this physical architecture requires an operating system, and that comes in the form of 5 daily artis. The most critical is the Sapta Rishi Arti. For over 750 years, 7 specific Brahmin lineages have executed this ritual flawlessly, acting as the software that keeps the temple's machinery running. Look at the roof. This blueprint shows the iconic golden dome follows the exact geometric matrix of a Sri Yantra, designed for high-level tantric energy focus. Mapped around it are 4 directional nodes corresponding to the sanctum's physical doors: peace, art, prestige, and retirement. The inner sanctum is, in essence, a machine. The eternal flame and the unbroken recitations of the priests activate the highly specific tantric geometry constructed on the roof above them. Far to the north, hidden in the Himalayas, sits a town called Uttarkashi. It is a mirror image of the city on the Ganges that serves as a physical safeguard for the Varanasi temple. Here, the central shivling physically leans to the south. According to mythology, Lord Shiva bent it himself to physically shield a 16-year-old boy named Markandeya from the god of death, granting the boy immortality on the spot. But the most baffling piece of hardware sits directly opposite the temple. This is goddess Durga's Trishul, a massive metallic trident complete with drum and axe attachments standing out in the open air. The physics of this object do not make sense. If you push it with maximum bodily force, it will not budge a millimeter. But if you touch it lightly with a single pinky finger, the entire massive structure vibrates violently. And despite multiple deep excavations over the years, researchers have never been able to find its base. By spanning hundreds of miles from the plains to the mountains, this network ensures the Kashi blueprint survives even the most catastrophic environmental or man-made destruction. When you look at this macro-scale map, the individual anomalies finally make sense. The north-flowing river, the subterranean wells, the tantric geometry of the domes, and the Himalayan outposts are all connected. Kashi is a massive, unified cosmic machine. This reveals the fatal flaw of the invading emperors. They believed that by simply pulling down stone structures and leveling courtyards, they could destroy the temple. They completely misunderstood how the system actually works. You cannot destroy a blueprint by breaking the walls built on top of it. As long as the eternal flame burns and the 750-year-old rituals are spoken daily by the priests, the sacred mechanism remains active, ensuring the city will always offer moksha, or ultimate liberation, to anyone who steps inside its boundaries.